here in Goi, we are dying. Maybe any moment from now, you may hear that the people of Goi are no more existing on earth. It's as a result of this oil spillage.
These rainbow-coloured reflections might spatter the waters of the Niger Delta for a long time. Here, nature and men are strongly bound together in a fight for survival. Without a fairer division of the oil income, without a renovated and healthy environment, these endless oil slicks will be forever feeding the bitter disappointment, anger and frustrations felt so strongly in this region of the world.
Heads will roll. I just wanted you to see, as I said, you can always find sellouts everywhere, all the time. They are one of the most highly prized possession of two of the white man. It's black men who won't mind killing other black men, Crips and Bloods, you know. All this crazy stuff because of low moral, low mentality thinking people that's easily misled because of materialism. You got to know there's something wrong with even picking up a gun, you know, and then once you pick it up, to foolishly shoot someone with it is really something that's, I mean, come on, you got to understand that there's just been way too much of that done on this planet for us to be sitting around trying to say we some civilized people after a history, all the violence we've demonstrated on each other.
The division of Africa among the colonialist powers failed to consider ethnic frontiers. The Biafran rebels attempt to proceed only to be ruthlessly subdued by federal forces.
Now look, see this stupid thing he's reading? This is some type of document telling these people that what little inadequate shelter they had already, they've been evicted. And you better believe that this is some type of propaganda that came down from the white man. And here is his niggas, or Mexicans, that's all they always use is them, and the army and everything. Get them to just be like illiterate ass people that don't know how to think, hate each other, do all kind of horrendous crimes to each other. Look at this guy. He's doing this to this little old lady here and this family that you can see don't have anything to begin with. But he's going to let the white man entice him to come out here and do these horrible deeds. All of them. That's who they're working for. All of these guys right here that's doing this stuff probably got a bunch of bananas. That's all, because they come in and take over all the land and destroy everything so it don't be productive to you anymore. That way they could get you to be a monkey just for a damn banana. Look at these poor people. See, this is why the Goddess segment is here. Because us as people on the planet, we don't care about people like this. We send our old to old folk home. You know, we have women that's crackheads and no method of removing crack from the street. Then you have to look at them as if they're the bad people. The drugs shouldn't be on the streets. We have a society where no one cares about the concern of anyone because of the ones who will leave oil all over your soil and then turn the lights off and leave after they've made themselves powerfully rich. They're the ones running the world. And that's the reason why everybody on the planet act with the same disregard for each other as they show. Because, by example, we follow them. See this horrible stuff? See how horrible that is? See? Now where do they get all these weaponry from?
African governments, especially
they're burning these people out because they want the land. Someone came in there that has some use for the land. So they're making all these people give up their homes.
There are many dangerous people in Africa. The president of Nigeria is dangerous.
Okay. I'm going to show you why people need to shut their mouth up instead of trying to always say that us melanated people are dumb. And when capable of taking care of ourselves, that's not true. We're very wise, because if we were not, it'd be a whole lot of dead-ass people on this earth for the shit they have done. But because we are real God and goddesses, we know how to compose ourselves and deal with things that's really horrendous, even at the fate of other people delivering it to us, without being totally stupid. Some of us can't claim those attributes because we will sell each other out in a minute and kill each other, steal from each other, lie from each other, won't build anything with each other, join forces against your own family members to please the existing controllers, to try to fit in with them so they can pat you on the back and say good boy. But listen, let's see what happens to our neighborhoods after these guys come in and make their money. Let's take a look.
African country. But Nigeria is the worst African country. We have the worst things that are happening. Worse than South Africa.
Lagos, capital city of Nigeria. The country is the white elephant of Africa. 100 million inhabitants, which means that 1 African out of 4 is a Nigerian. It's the 6th largest oil producer in the world, but these billions of dollars must first pass through the pockets of a handful of chiefs and ex-generals. You can get a hi-fi set and cellophane-wrapped bread anywhere in Lagos, and you can also drive through miles and miles of suburbs that have no water, electricity, nor sewers.
They deliberately do that. They do it deliberately. Look at all the
enormous underground traffic in weapons has been taking place since the Biafra War. The number of holdups became so high that the government decided to hold public executions. Thieves were shot once a month on Sunday on the most popular beach in Lagos.
Everybody run, run, run. Everybody scatter, scatter. Some people lost some blood. Someone nearly died. Someone just died. Police, they come, army, they come. Confusion everywhere. 7 minutes later, all don't cool down, brother. Police don't go away. Army don't disappear. Them leave sorrow, tears and blood.
Them regular trademark.
Them leave sorrow, tears and blood.
Them regular trademark.
Them regular trademark.
Them regular trademark.
We fear to fight for freedom. We fear to fight for liberty. We fear to fight for justice. We fear to fight for happiness. We always get reason to fear. We no one die. We no one wound. We no one quench. We no one go. I get one child. My man different house. My pa different house. I won't build a house. I don't build a house. I no one quench. I won't enjoy. I no one go. So policeman go slap your face. You know good talk. Army man go whip your yash. Go they look like donkey. Rhodesia, they do them own, all leaders they have for nothing. South Africa, they do them own. Them leave sorrow, tears and blood.
Them regular trademark.
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 Regular trademark.
Them regular trademark.
That is why everybody run, run, run. Everybody scatter, scatter. Some people lost some bed. Someone nearly died. Police they come, army they come. Confusion everywhere. That's so. Time when they go. Time you wait for nobody. Like that. But police go to come, army go to come with confusion in style like this.
Okay, I want it to be obvious right now that you can see this type of stuff right here is a part of their MO. Okay? I mean, come on. There's no way it cannot be obvious to you that they have recognized a strategy of destroying the soil. Do you see how all these mining trucks were used to mine this area of everything they could mine? And then when they pulled out, they turned all the lights off and left all this shit so no trees could grow and these people could not have any conceptualization of free space in their minds to think about what to do to fix up their lives. Not only did they destroy everything and make it like this, you better believe they dropped drugs on top of drugs on top of drugs on top of drugs, and alcohol, propaganda of division and dissension. Everything that's a part of their silly was delivered to this area to create this system of deprived derelicts that you're looking at right now. There was at one time gods and goddesses living in paradise, and after the arrival and the departure of the Caucasian man, this is what their world had become. And you got a bunch of people sitting around the world right now watching this circumstance, thinking that these are stupid, deserving people, and happy in their heart to see this happening to them. The same people who will become prosecutors and judges and perpetuate unfair treatments in a corrupt courtroom to see to it that this type of suffering and deprivation will always be available to this nationality of people all over the planet. And then this is a perfect picture because look, he's got a Bible. They both looking as feminated as they can be, okay? This is what happened to us. They attack our men, make them feel like they need to be all weak, you know, no backbone, know nothing about being a man. Look at this little gay looking shit. The same shit that Jesus was pushing that white man to make your ass be docile and pacifist and controlled. Now these guys are not gonna be much of no warriors to be trying to clean up their neighborhood, holding this damn Bible and dressed with all this white bullshit girlish looking stuff on. They just ready and in a position to go meet the Pope. And they're going to sell it. And well, I ain't even gonna say that because this is not gonna turn into no type of sexually perversion show. That ain't where I'm trying to go, but we can imagine what the Pope have in mind when he try to program you to be dressing like this. See the decadence. You go from just getting coconuts and apples and running in water and all that stuff that God had gave you to survive with to this man-made shit. This is what he does. He takes everything natural and eradicates it and gives you this type of shit to work with. And this right here, that's what you be left with. See, you can't eat this. You gotta work this stuff so you can get money to pay him for the food that he's gonna put in Safeway for you. And want to play God and take away your real trees and your real source of sustainment from you. I'm showing you this so you can know that this catastrophe of disasters around the earth is precision work. It's not no corporations make a mistake. These corporations are using this as a form of genocide on us melanated people. And they also use other melanated people. If I had one grenade, I'd throw it at all their asses and get all of them in one shot if I could. These are the worst people on earth. You would sell out your own people for a sandwich. When you got all these guns in your hand, you should turn them on the oppressor and blow his ass up. This is what they do. They create ghettos for people to live in. You know, if left alone, black people could shine. We have always built civilizations like Egypt, Ethiopia, and Timbuktu, and even the civilizations we built for you guys, Rome, Greece, all that stuff was built by us. But then, this is the shit that you do and try to make everyone on the earth have to live beneath the quality of life you want for yourself. That's the selfishness of you. And so you deliberately create these type of neighborhoods for people. To prove that to you, I can take you all around the world and show you how you destroyed all the cities in this country that was all melanated people. But see, the UFOs are going to do the same shit to you. They already did it to Malibu. It's more on the way. More on the way. Might even visit Malibu again. So this is what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Right there. So see, I know I know what you guys are up to, and I know that I'm at war. And I know for all the people on earth that does not subscribe to this type of treatment for the melanated people, that does not give me 1 ounce of consideration in my heart that I should not say this, because even though you are not a culprit in this type of stuff is still happening. So I'm not going to keep my mouth closed in honor and respect of your 1%. I'm going to have to come at this the way I need to, and you just going to have to let it miss you. But those of you who know your heart and you know that you are part of this, your ass is going to be visited by the spirals. Know that. And those black dots I've been telling you about, I guarantee you, you're going to be getting your share of those without a doubt. Guaranteed. Hotel. Okay, so now what I did so far is showed you a whole lot of crimes. All theft is what they all were. Theft. They all boil down to theft. And the thing that these people accuse everyone of the most is thieving. When they can pull out their archive and all you ever see is them colonizing everyone. Okay? Now I want to show you something right now compared to my accusations of a whole act of nothing but thievery being committed by these people. Listen to this song right here. Let me know what you think about it. She looks really sad, doesn't she? She's pretty though. She looks really sad though.
I'm a robber. I love the thief. I love the rogue. I love the steal. I love the robber. I love the young robber. Yes, argument about stealing. Somebody that take his life to what belong to another person. Top of the road on this side, the people they walk up. Office workers, labor workers. Them go they walk up. Inside bus them go they. Motorcycle them they ride. Plenty crowd. Inside this crowd. Sometimes for one corner, sometimes for one street. You go there. Kacham, ting, kacham, rob, kacham, robber, kacham, olam, jabam, chesam, ole, kacham, katam, golam, chesam, looking go start, chasing go start, looking go start. Watching go start, choosing go stop. Somebody go there, wait them go grab, them go beat them well, them fix link them well. Police go come well, them go carry and go court, them fit put them 6 months, them fit put them 2 years, innocent. Them put them 7 years. If not, them go shoot them well. Them go shoot them for armed robbery. Instead of workers, we have officials. Instead of buses, them they ride motor car. Instead of motorcycle, now helicopter. Instead of them walker. Now waka go waka for them.
Authority people, them go they steal. Public country, build plenty money. Now authority people, they steal. Authority man, not the pickpocket. Now petty cash, him go they thief. I'm robber, him need gun. Authority man, him need pen. Authority man in charge of money. Him no need gun, him need pen. Pen get power, gun not get. If gun steal 80,000 naira, pen go steal 2 billion naira. You're not gonna get them shout. You're not gonna get them shout at all. You're not gonna get them shout. And go say this was a call. Get them say. Get them shout. Different way, be them way. Now see the last style, be them style. Oh yes, oh of course, constitution of the government, why not? All of them, the rogues, government. I say, authority people, stars and robbery. I say, authority stealing, mass and robbery. We are Ricans, we must do something about this nonsense. I say, we must do something about this nonsense. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Them go shoot 'em for armed robbery instead of workers. We have officials instead of bosses. Them they write motto.
This is what I wanted right here. See? Now you can see the attire ain't much different from the Jesus attire. Okay? But there's one thing that's totally unique about these other than those other two. And that is the arena that they are projected in. Look at the hats. This is a sign of wealth. See this guy here? This guy look like a security guard. I'm not saying that's what he is, but just the way his profile seems to me, he seems like he's some type of, you know what I mean, got their best interest in hand. So they definitely seem to me like wealthy people. But the song say, you never hear them shout, thief, 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 never hear them shout, road, 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 never hear them shout, robber, robber. What he's saying is this: these people know how much their other people in their sector, their family members, they could try to dichotomize themselves if they want to by whatever method they find suitable. My point is, they see the corruption. They know what's going on. But they're wise enough to recognize that, you know, I can either be poor as hell on that side or I can have wealth and be on this side. It all depends on where I draw my line of limitations of how low I stoop. If you will stoop low enough to be on the side of the people that's causing oppression and try to overlook it. See, this is what a person is supposed to do. A person is supposed to eradicate evil and sustain themselves at the same time, which means that you are not supposed to sustain yourself by being a product of the things that is bringing stagnation of other people's sustainment to them. And we live in a world that has been in violation of the human people as well as the animals, everything on the planet. We all know I've said all this before. If you're not doing anything to eradicate this type of behavior from the earth, you're probably on the other side doing everything to perpetuate it. That's just something for you to think about, okay? That's all. I ain't trying to say that's the case. I'm not, but I would just like you to give that some thought, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
From now, 4 years. You see, so we can see the evil of these people. Then the 2.8 billion mother came and I had to give evidence of it. So I saw roguery, criminality, robbery of the nation by a particular people, the government. You see what's happening in Nigeria? Now you see, so I have to sing about it. And I have to sing straight for people to understand. For them culture to carry shit. During this time them come colonize us. just to carry shit. Long time ago. African man, we not they carry shit. And go your man teachers to carry shit. Many foreign artists, they Africa carry your la money go. Many foreign companies, they Africa carry your la money go. And go write in tennis and dig this paper, carry your la money go. And go write big for newspaper, carry the Africans. One of them instant book like that, we call it name na ITT. I read about one of them instant book like that, we call it name na ITT. Them go they cause confusion, cause corruption, cause inflation, cause confusion. Them go they cause oppression, cause inflation, cause oppression, cause confusion, confusion, oppression, inflation, oppression. Them get the one style way that they use. Them get the one style way that they use. Them go pick from African man. Them go pick one African man. A man with low mentality. Them go give a million naira bread. So because they have the dada. Them go give a million naira bread. That can call him name na ITT. Inflation, cause oppression, cause confusion, confusion, oppression, inflation, oppression.
And guess what was the weapon that they used? And guess what was the weapons that they used? A big fat African woman. A big fat African woman. A man with no mentality. A man with no mentality.
Just because they have the dada. Then go give a million naira bread. To become one you see less cheap. Him go grab some 1,000 naira bread. To become one you see less cheap. Like rats they do, them go they do from corner, passy, young down, passy, all this side, passy, in, passy, young down, passy, side to this side, passy, side, this body, passy, in, passy, out, passy, corner, passy, young down, passy, side this side, passy, in, passy, out, passy, corner.
What has America done to Africa that is bad? Bringing arms, dividing the people, wrong knowledge, bringing Christianity, bringing Jesus Christ, turning the people's minds upside down, bringing in fertilizers, doing shit, wanting to bring Western civilization here. America and England trying to brainwash Africans. They are the colonialists, they are the slave riders.
Them oppression, start to steal money like Obasanjo and Abiola. International TT, ITT, international road, international T, international road. But them well, fuck them well, fuck them one day, we'll fuck them well, one day, we'll fuck them well, one day,
Everybody knows Africa has to be united now to have any headway.
Whatever you feeling that song, I feel it too.
Good question. If I can take this country, then Africa is settled. Once there's a good government in one African country, the whole of Africa will be liberated.
Okay, Mayat Hotel. Alright, so the reason that I showed you all that stuff that I just showed you about Africa and how destroyed it is and how ruined and dilapidated it is because I want to point out to you that there's a consciousness on the earth in regards to us melanated people by a certain group of people on this earth that feel that we should be treated a certain way and harassed and just totally disrespected and treated like shit, and all our property around the earth should not be taken serious, and it could be vandalized and destroyed. And as well as us, you know, we could be kidnapped and made to work for free and thrown in jail and all kind of horrible shit, right? Well, you know, I remember this guy told me in LA, he said, you can do whatever you want to as long as you're willing to suffer the consequences for your action. And you know what? That is the most profound thing I had ever heard, because it's true. If you want to shoot heroin into